Hey everyone, this is Chelsea from He Is Health, and thanks for watching my video. So today I'm going to show you a few yoga techniques that you can do right at home. I'm not a yoga instructor or anything, but I did take a yoga class once a week my senior year of high school with this one lady who was super good. She actually called her session power yoga, and I can see why, because the first time I ever did yoga, I did it in her class, and I was actually sore for 3 days straight after I took her class. And it wasn't, oh, I'm a little achy. Like, I was legitimately sore for 3 weeks out. It was painful to walk. So, um, I'm just going to show you all a few things that I learned in her class that you can do right at home because, I understand not everyone can find a place to go do yoga or people don't really know how or where to start. So I'm hoping that these techniques will be a little helpful for you. But I mean, yoga is really great. I think the biggest thing I noticed when I did the yoga classes was I was a lot more focused. Whenever I had to study for a test really late at night, like I just noticed that I was able to focus a lot more when I was doing the yoga classes than when I wasn't doing it. And one of my friends that did a yoga class with me, he was in cross country at the time, and he said that it felt really good to do yoga and then go running the next day because his body was all loosened up and stretched out. So I think yoga is really great. I understand it can be kind of boring sometimes though, so if you don't find this video very interesting, it's totally cool. Because honestly, I haven't done yoga since my senior year of high school, and I'm a junior in college now. Because I really just haven't found an instructor I like as much as I liked Denise. The instructors I've tried so far, like they haven't been very challenging or anything. So I just do a few of these at home, and I thought I'd share it with all of you. So before I start the actual techniques, I want to just point out that I think it's really important to do some deep breathing exercises before you start your actual poses because the deep breathing exercises they're they're really good to start out with just because I feel like if you go straight into a yoga pose, you're just gonna want to rush through the yoga pose because your body isn't fully relaxed yet. So deep breathing exercises for about 5 minutes before. It's a really good way to just relax your body and just get kind of in the mood for yoga. And I don't play music, but if there's some soft music that you think you'd like to do yoga with, feel free to turn it on. But also with the deep breathing exercises, it's really important to breathe from your diaphragm instead of breathing out of your chest because when you breathe out of your chest, air is only getting to the top of your lungs, and when you're breathing from your diaphragm, air is getting into, your whole entire lung or both of your lungs. And it's actually kind of cool because babies, they instinctively breathe from their diaphragm, which I think is actually really interesting. But it's better for our health to breathe from our diaphragm. So if you're not sure if you're breathing from your diaphragm, the best thing to do is to put one hand on your stomach and put one hand on your chest. And when you breathe in, you should feel your stomach going in and out instead of your chest. If your chest is going in and out, that means that you're breathing out of your chest. So you want to make sure that your stomach is going up and down when you breathe. Um, I'm not really sure how to explain how to do that other than maybe when you breathe, try moving your stomach, and if you just keep doing that over and over again, you'll be able to eventually start breathing from your diaphragm instead of your stomach. But that's basically how you can tell if you're breathing from your chest or from your diaphragm. So before you start your yoga positions, it's good to sit up. I would say lay down, but if you lay down and start deep breathing, you're probably going to want to just stay there and fall asleep. So it's better to just start sitting up. So it's good to sit. And you can put your hand on your stomach, hand on your chest, or both on your stomach to make sure that you're breathing out of your diaphragm. You can close your eyes. You don't have to, but I like to. Close my eyes, breathe in. And if you eventually get it out, if you eventually know how to breathe out of your diaphragm, you can put your hands on your knees. If you want, do whatever with your hands, but do that for about 5 minutes. And once your 5 minutes are up, you can slowly put your hands together. Then you can lift them up. And also just keep in mind to go at your own pace. Don't feel like you need to rush. Just take your time. And then slowly stand up. Move back a little bit so y'all can see me. So this exercise is going to get your lower back, and it's going to stretch out your obliques. Your obliques are actually part of your abdomen. They're about right here. So as your hands are up, take one of your arms, put it down to the side, and then stretch over in the direction that your hand is at. So my hand's on this side, so I'm going to stretch this way. I'll just stretch down. And every time you do a stretch, try to hold it between 5 and 10 seconds, somewhere around there. With this stretch, if you want to go a little further, take your hand that's down and just move that down, and your sides will get all stretched out over here. So come back up and put your other hand up. And then you want to do the same with your other side. Make sure that when you stretch your muscles that you're getting both sides of your body and you're not just stretching one side. You want to make sure that it's even on both sides. So you want to go down this way. And then come back up. You want to put your hands up. And then come back down. You can shake it off a little bit. And then the second part to this is we're going to stretch our lower back. I definitely highly emphasize just take your time with this one. Your back's pretty important, so take care of it. Don't rush with this stretch or anything. But you want to take your hands, you want to put it behind your back like that. You want to maybe put it right beneath your lower back. And make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. And then you want to slowly lean back. Then when you come up, go down like this. And then hold it there for a few seconds. And then if you want to, you can drop your hands actually and just hang there for a few seconds. You can even lock your arms like this and just sway back and forth. Kind of loosen up your back a little bit. And then once you're done with that, you can just gently roll up. You can move your shoulders back and everything. So it's one way to stretch your back out. Alright, and so that was the first session of poses. The second one, I'm sure you all have heard of it at some point, it's called the tree pose. I think this pose is really good to help you figure out how to focus more, because I really think anyone can do the tree pose. It just depends on how focused you are to successfully do it. So what you want to do is you want to put one leg up like this, and don't do any other move until you are balanced. I think that's the really important thing with the tree pose. Don't move to the next part of the pose until you are completely stable with the first part. So once you're stable with this part, you can take your leg and put it up like this. And then put your hands together and lift them up like a tree. So you can keep it there, or if you want more of a challenge, once you're fully stable in this pose, bring your hands together and you take the leg that's standing up. See, I'm even falling over a little bit too. Alright. And then you can bend down like this. If you can keep this here for 5 to 10 seconds, props to you, but I can only keep it there for a few seconds. So then put your arms back up and then put your leg down. Alright, and since we did it with one side of the body, we have to do the other side. So when you're ready, put your leg up like this. Once you're balanced, you can put your leg up further, hands together, out, leave it here for a few seconds, bring it back together, and bend down if you want more of a challenge. I just felt something crack in my leg. I guess it's working. And then wanna go back up. then shake it out. And if it seems like I'm going through these poses a little quickly, it's just to try to save time on this video. So, but yeah, I really encourage you to just take your time, go as slow as you want. And I honestly feel like the slower you go, the more you're stretching out your muscles, because when you do things really quick, your muscles don't have time to fully stretch out. So I think the slower you go, the better actually. So the next one is a really common yoga pose. It's called the cobra and the downward dog. So the cobra, you want to get down on the floor. You want to lay down and then lift your body up like this. Look up to the sky. You should feel it in your lower back a little bit. And then after you stay here for 5 to 10 seconds, or however long you want to stay here for, you want to go up into a downward dog like this. And your feet should be on their toes, so put your heels down, back and forth, and that can stretch out your calves. And then once you're in this position, if you want more of a challenge, take one leg and lift it up and leave that there for about 5 seconds. 5 to 10 seconds, however long, and then put it down. My foot keeps hitting the table because I don't have much room in my bedroom, and then take your other leg, put it up like that, and then bring it back down. And then you can move back and roll up. So, alright, that was the third one. Downward dog and cobra. It's actually kind of hot in here. I'm going to turn on my fan. Alright, so the fourth one, super quick. I'm not sure exactly if it's a yoga pose, but we did this stretch all the time when I was in cross country. You basically sit down. Most of you, I'm sure, have seen this at some point or another. You sit down, take one of your legs, and put your opposite arm on the inside. So right here, I'm using my right leg, so I'm going to be using my left arm. Put it on the inside of your leg and twist your back. I've been told that this stretch is one of the best stretches for your back because it kind of wrings it out like a sponge. So you use the arm and you push your arm on your knee, and that's going to wring out your back. And then you want to obviously do the other side. So now I'm taking my left leg and taking my right arm, and I'm pushing it together. And then after you do that exercise, you can actually lay down, and you want to put your legs, you want to put them up like this and fold them down. And then whatever direction you put your legs, you put your arms in the opposite direction. So for instance, my legs are pointing to my left, so I'm going to put my arms to the right, like this. And then we're going to switch. And this is supposed to also help your back. And then after you go into those poses, you can put your knees up and then just hug your knees a little bit, and then you can rock back and forth. This is supposed to wake up your spine in the morning, at least that's what the yoga instructor told me. And then to stretch out your back one more time, take your hands, put them on one on each side of your head. Put your legs down, and then you can go into what's called the bridge. And you can go back down. And then the last part of this session is called an inversion stretch. And inversion stretches, from what I've been told, are good because they help with your digestion, and they can also trim the fat around your waist. I'll be honest, that's not something I have legitimately researched on my own yet, but that's what the yoga instructor told me when I took her my senior year of high school. So, an inversion stretch, what you want to do is you want to lie down like this, completely straight, and then you want to take your legs and you want to lift them up, and then when you're ready, take your hands, use it to hold your waist or more of your hips, and then you want to lift up and use your hands to support your hips, and then you want to slowly lean back as far as you can. If you don't need to hold your waist, then just put your hands down like this. But just put your legs back for however long that you want, at least 5 to 10 seconds. Lift them back up. And then come down. And you can do that inversion stretch multiple times. So I suggest doing more than one session of that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are some of the yoga stretches that you can do right at home. You could probably do it in the morning when you wake up, or to just start your day, just to stretch out a little bit. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you all tried, and if I guess just let me know if you all tried or what you think about it. But this is Chelsea from He Is Health, and thanks for watching my video, and I'd love to hear from all of you about my yoga techniques, or the ones I learned at least. So have a great day.